Beck, can you give Aidan a full cam? I'm just gonna so no one sees my mouth when I give you this outro. This is just a joke for you for you to react to that I'm gonna bleep. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
He was.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Tequila! I don't want to be Beppa.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something? Oh, Mario! Oh my God!
Woo.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep. So to recap chapter 3, they bombed around London insanely quick, like faster than you think a human could handle. Then a ball of lightning appeared in front of them in the distance. It got smaller and smaller until it was man-sized. A flash of light happened, and just as they got to it, Hagrid threw some weird magic cabbage between them and Lightning Man, and it got big and swallowed them up very mysteriously. That was the end of chapter 3. Chapter 4. Can you do the music, Aidan? You know how it goes. Harry was going, what the fuck with the cabbage, Hagrid? But then he looked around and shit because he was flipping out that he was at... Then he looked around and shit because he was flipping out that he was at daytime in... Ooh. This is on you.
Literature.
This is on you.
No.
Do you want this music keep
It's
going?
very prosaic.
And then he looked around and shit because he was flipping out that he was at daytime in some weird hotel lobby. And he knew it was a magic hotel because the colors were a bit better and there was all that silky shit that they love to throw around the joint, and people had slightly weirder hats than in the regular world. Like one guy was walking around with a fez on, but it was bigger than a regular fez and had heaps of tall peacock feathers on it. And no one was looking at it like, is he here for some costume party or like, what's the deal here? Everyone was just going, oh yeah, regular hat for a regular dude over there. Actually, they weren't even doing that. They were sort of nothing the hat like it was no issue. It may as well have been a coffee table. If you went in and asked everyone, hey, there was a guy in a hat in here earlier. What did the hat look like? Everyone would be saying, oh, was there? I didn't even notice a guy with a hat. Interesting. And I normally would because I'm an observant person. Are you sure there was someone in here? That's how Harry Potter knew he was in his beloved magic land.
Right.
Hagrid, what is this place? Harry said, like he does every 5 seconds. This be Squinjon's Hotel, Mr. Potter. What's that? Harry said, both because he wanted to know, but also because the audience needed to know. Many years ago, Mr. Squinjon was running for his life. He was being chased by a gang of Dementors because they wanted his special powers that he worked out. He kept running and running, but the Dementors would have phoned him, Hagrid said, with a tone that made Harry think that that this was pretty edgy stuff. He was the most powerful wizard in all the land, but he got tired of the celebrity and people trying to find him and talk to him and steal his power and heaps of bad stuff like that. So he cast a spell that created an hotel no one could get to except through the cabbage doors, a sanctuary for people being unjustly hunted. People like you and myself, Mr. Potter. Hagrid, that's amazing, Harry said in a tone that was surprisingly excited, considering how much magic he'd seen at this point. Hagrid, can we meet Squinjon? No, Mr. Potter. No, I'm afraid that is quite out of the question. That is, Mr. Squinjon lives on the top floor of this hotel here. Nobody ain't seen him for the last 40 years. Wow, that's gnarly, said Harry, thinking it was quite gnarly. No, Mr. Potter. What we do now is we sit tight and wait for that whole London business to blow over. And then Hagrid sat down into a chair that was slightly small for a human, but he is big, so he slides off and rolls onto the ground, dropping his stuff and apologizing because it'll be funny for the kids to watch when they make this into a movie. Mr. Cameron Kleinditch very much wants a special box, Harry Potter. But it's essential that he not get his hands on it. Professor Dumbledore was very specific about that, he was. Yo, Grid, what's in the box? Harry said. I was getting crazy vibes off it, and then my head went all zappy, like when Voldemort showed up or some really crazy shit that's about to go down. That might be Spider-Man, but I think there's time where I think there's a time where that happened to me too. Well, Mr. Potter, it wouldn't be safe for me to tell you that now, not with the prying ears what be listening. Let's just say that in the wrong hands, this box could be the end of Hogwarts School of Magic as we know it. Why? I just said I'm not telling you here. Pull your head in. We have to meet a friend of mine who's gonna be weird and have new crazy magic that you've never seen, and he'll act like it's both totally normal to do and also totally normal for you to freak out about, which never makes sense. Anyway, he's the guy in the big fez with the feathers in it. Chapter 4. I had a hard time on that one, Ben.
So there's a lot of Hagrid in there.
Oh, lots of Hagrid. And lots of words that aren't the words, but you've spelt them so that I say them, and then I don't know what they are until I say them out loud. I'm like, tight.
Phonetically, yeah.
Tight.
Yeah, Voldemort was, I think, a typo. It's just typing it out at 1 a.m. with my eyes half open and accidentally did Voldemort. But I like that.
It was good. It was good. And you did go back to calling it Hogwarts, though, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I remembered at some point that it was.
So it's like you make digressions as you
it's canon.
go
But he
through
explained them in the
plot. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I?
Last chapter, I think you remembered that it was called Hogwarts.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and that was part of the prose.
Like I said, just sweaty and saying words. None of it's going in here.
Yeah,
I
we've
am
had
sweaty.
two. Did you pre-read that chapter?
No, that was
We've had two
Didn't
pre-read.
you?
We've had two pre-read chapters. I didn't want to say you clearly didn't because that would be rude, but you didn't read that chapter. That's been two pre-read chapters and two non-pre-read chapters. And
I
you
know which I
can
prefer.
tell a difference.
But if you go and look at it, it's very not.
Oh, I've seen it.
It's not on brand for Ben. It seems like he was writing at 2 a.m. when I'm like, that's
Which
an
would
extra at. and
Makes
it.
sense to have.
Oh, is there a lot of
pre-read
that
it.
stuff in there? Is there it's two its and ats in a row?
Yeah, just a couple little errors.
Whoops.
That's okay.
They'll get ironed out when we give it to the editors.
Yeah.
Random House or
Penguin,
whatever.
I would imagine.
Penguin? Yeah, okay.
Are those the ones with the
Penguin?
with
Yeah,
the
they-
white, with the
Did you hear still the joke?
yeah.
You fucking dickhead.
No, I was going to ask if they're the ones with the orange
Penguin?
and the white.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's GWS, isn't it?
Shut your mouth.
GMat.
They have black as
Is
well.
that Fanta?
Hello and welcome to episode 176. Oh my God, 186. How fast time is just.
Oh my God, we just skipped 10 weeks.
The GMat podcast.
I pass 5 McDonald's on the way home. 5 different locations in a half an hour drive. What, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? What? That's like that's a McDonald's every 6 minutes. What the fuck are we supposed to do? How the fuck are we supposed to get through life when there's 6 McDonald's's on the drive home
Is this Jordan Peterson?
from the theatre where I haven't eaten and it's 11 p.m. It's a miracle I haven't driven straight through the fucking building. Give me burger!
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/the real GMat. You can get that sign behind Ben on a jumper that's also very comfortable. That intro was brought to you by me. Submit your intros, contact at the real GMat, or I'll just start playing more voicemails that we all send each other.
The only other one is me drunk again.
That's a good one. I'm going to use that. If you'd like to support us and hear more stuff, go to patreon.com/the GMat podcast. Heaps of content, post show, all that sort of stuff. Have a good time. Cut the music, please.
This is the first episode you've listened to. You know what you're in for at least.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really
true.
sets the tone early.
Gotta let them know what's up.
Shits and farts and burps.
Yeah, and fisting. Never forget fisting. Someone. Oh, that might be a appropriate segue because there's an appropriate fisting segue. I think this is the only podcast where that works.
I'm Aidan, that's Ben, that's Beck, and you're Matt.
That's it. Welcome to the GMat podcast. Just
so much,
take
Aidan.
over, Aidan. I don't give a fuck. Do it.
I nearly didn't
Please.
make it here.
Hey,
I nearly didn't make it here.
What do you mean? Tell us all about it right
Well,
away.
Luckily, I am somewhat of a self-taught race car driver.
I've been in the car with you. I lost years of my life.
Through stress.
I was so stressed, and I was in the back seat, so everything was very loud.
Yeah, been there.
You know that thing that Jesus bar you hold on to?
Yeah.
I took that with me.
Like grip it.
I just pulled it off the fucking thing.
Like white knuckled it the whole fucking way on. Like I was the one that needed to shit.
To be fair, that was all in straight lines just to stress you all out.
Oh,
But anyway, I was driving here and I pumped up a tire in my car because I love doing that. And I was driving through just like this little back estate with like speed bumps, you know, like houses on either side, just a little 50 zone.
yeah.
Just driving regular. And then I came up to a speed bump. And on top of the speed bump is this giant hunk of metal. What the fuck is that? So I go round it. I'm like, oh, it's a toe ball off a
Somebody's toe ball. of a
someone's
toe
toe
bar.
ball. Just the ball bit. Like toe bar's there, you know, the ball goes in.
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
boop.
Wow.
I was like, huh. Well, that's weird. Well, someone's probably having a shit day somewhere. And I keep driving along. And there's like all these fresh scrape marks, like a skateboard or something. Just weird scrapes, like I don't know.
Scrapes?
Like a snowboard.
Not like a skid marks.
Like a snowboard going through the snow. It's just
Oh
these
my
little S's
God.
and then nothing and more S's. And I'm driving along and I come up to a corner and then there's like one of those just 4-ton-ish trucks, like a truck, but a small truck.
Yeah.
And it's towing a giant wood chipper that's probably the size of half the truck.
God.
And it was doing a bad job because usually when you tow stuff, you attach it to the truck.
Uh-huh.
This guy was just like a dog leash. He just had the chain because it was his tow ball.
Oh, no.
And so I was going,
Did he have
and this
any
truck's
idea?
going like, and there's
Fuck.
sparks going fucking everywhere and a burning smell. I don't know whether it was the trailer hitch, like metal burning,
Yeah.
because it smelled like burning rubber kind of. Like, that's not good.
Could have been the tar.
So I come up behind him, maybe. Yeah, it might have been that. And I just sit on the horn, and he just keeps going. Probably for a kilometer.
What?
I'm just going, ma, 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 and he's just driving along, and then I think like, oh, he's going to pull over, but he's just going around some parked cars, and he just keeps going, and this trailer's going, like smacking in the back of the truck, and then like going out sideways and going out the other way, and then getting yanked back, like the slack goes, dung.
You think
he goes
he's in
over
the
a
car
speed
going,
bump.
fuck,
This is
fuck,
normal.
fuck,
It's
Yeah.
a rainy day, windy day.
And there's like sparks everywhere, smoke coming off it. And because he's doing like 40 to 50 Ks an hour once he gets over speed when he starts speeding up. I'm just sitting on the horn. It was probably, I had a song on and the song started when I saw the tow bar. It was like a 3.5 minute song. And when I got back in the car after getting out, it was like 5 seconds left. So it was a good 3 minutes. We're driving through this estate. Me just like, meh, meh. Anyone in their house like vacuum or something, just
With the
and then he finally pulls over and I get out and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, huh? I'm like, your tow balls come out. You're just dragging this thing around the estate. It's setting shit on fire. And he's like, oh, I felt something. When you're in a truck, mate, you can't hear anything. Have you ever driven a truck? I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you, cunt.
they're like, yeah, I have. He's like, what do you got? Like, I don't have anything, but I've driven 4-ton trucks around
Yeah.
doing removalist work. He's like, oh, well, when when you're in a truck, you can't hear. Oh, sorry, I was on the phone to my accountant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, your accountant was talking. Well, there's no way you could have known this
These
car
are
was about to flip.
notoriously loud people.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, right. Well, there you go. And he's like, fuck. Well, I'm home now anyway. I'm like, oh, well, that's all right. Yeah, home at least. He's like, oh, shit. I just bought a new tow ball. I was like, yeah, it looked pretty new. When I drove past it about a kilometer back.
Glistening in the
Did not
sun.
like it. When I said that, yeah, it looked pretty new when I drove past about a K back. He's like, yeah, right.
Wow.
Because by this point, you got the two things that go into
Yeah.
where the tow ball is. That bit was like melted and bent up.
Oh,
so it's like the whole
fuck.
trailer is fucked. Just because he bought this new tow ball and just screwed it in half. I was like, that'll probably do.
Oh my God.
It did not do.
No, and then so it still stinks and there's smoke everywhere and you look back up the street and there's all these little snowboard lines where he's dragged up all the bitumen.
The
He's
fact
like,
that he got out and was just like, yeah,
yeah,
sorry, couldn't hear anything. My blood's boiling.
yeah. And I was like, well, there you go.
No
He's like, I mean, I
embarrassment.
felt something. I felt it like a bit, but I thought it might be just a new tow ball. And I was like, well, in a way it was.
Yeah, well, it definitely was the new tow ball.
It's just it's not attached to the vehicle anymore. It's a result of.
He could have not, if you didn't know, if no one was behind him, he could have hit several cars and had no idea because you
Yeah.
can't hear anything while you're in a truck.
I'm surprised that he didn't because the chain was kind of long.
It's mind-boggling to me. Did he have to go over any speed humps?
He went over like 3 or 4 speed bumps
That is
and
wild.
went around a lot of corners. And there's a lot of cars parked in the estate I was going through. Like both sides of the road have cars.
But
parked
you were
on them.
behind him most of the time, so you definitely
Well, there was probably like a 500 meter stretch of road where I saw the tow ball before I caught up to him.
knew. Wow. I am nervous for those people.
Yeah.
There's a whole thread for I can't remember. It's like short trips or short towed trips or something like that, which is just
People being like, it'll be fine.
a very specific type of towing thing.
Yeah.
Where no one's ever towed, and they use a rope tie from there to the thing, and I've only ever seen this. I think it has to be a specific type where they're like pulled in somewhere, and so then they drive about 5 meters to like go to somewhere to pull out in the road and stop, and then it smashes them in the back.
Yeah, because
It's just that tiny window where they go, oh, of course, that's stupid. And there's hundreds of those videos.
Yeah. So he was just standing there looking at it, being like, every 5 seconds, I was just sort of standing there watching him. Every 5 seconds, he'd be like, oh, fuck. Fuck.
This guy
Doesn't know what else to say.
And I was like, all right, well,
Have a nice day.
Good luck with that. And I just got in the car and drove
Yeah,
off.
on the speed hump a kilometre down, your brand new.
It's just up there. You know where you came from? It's somewhere up there. You go there.
If your car's on the road and you come out, you're like, oh my God, someone hit my car. And you just look on the street and there's just lines all the way up to this bloke's house.
Have you guys ever seen that? It's like a 15-minute video, dash cam video of a guy, some crackhead steals like a really expensive BMW or Audi R1 or something. It's like a $200,000 car. And he just flogs it from somewhere, just gets in it and drives around. It's a 15-minute video of him being like, and he pulls up to like the council estate. He's like, come on, who fucking wants to go? And they're like, where you get it? He's like, oh, fucking whatever. And he drives out, and I think he popped a tire pretty early on.
Yeah.
So to find him, they just followed the trail of chaos around the town, and then he pulled it into his backyard and parked it under his house, and they just followed it all the way down. It was like, you're under arrest.
Give it now.
And then they got the dash cam, and all the footage is there, and it's been uploaded by the guy who ran the car, I think.
So
Fucking
funny.
idiot.
It's a good video. It's very funny.
Boy. Have you driven a trailer attached to the car?
Yeah. I used to when
driven the trailer, yeah.
Stress.
when I gigged a lot. I'm pretty good with the trailer. I can back
Like a small trailer? Or like a big fuck off trailer?
Well, how big's a big trailer?
Well, I would say, so my grandfather's got two, and one of them's probably half the size of this, not half the size of the room, that's ridiculous. That would be an enormous trailer.
No, I could see that. Like
half the size of from tip to like attached.
that's when you
The actual tray.
So
I
from
would
like that
say,
wall to that wall is like too big. I think that's a big trailer.
He's got a longer one than that. It's
Okay.
it's like a rectangle rather than a square, if that makes sense. And then it's got the attachment. And that's the one that my dad was like, yeah, you can drive that. And I was like, no. Like just flat out, no. Absolutely no way. Just backing, no.
I drove one like that, probably 10, 15 centimeters longer than what you're describing, and I was fine.
My big dick moment. My big dick moment was
You fucking idiot.
we used to drive around the farm when we lived in Toolamba.
Yeah.
And we take the trailer and you put wood on it and move around. So I had a bit of an idea. And then when we were gigging, it's like if you and I did like arms around the world, arms to each other. It's like this, like from me to that wall, but it's a square trailer. It's a box trailer. So, but it's covered on all sides.
Arms around the world business?
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is like this is like a large exercise ball.
If you and I went like this, and then
Do you mean you drove around a moving box? Was the trailer cardboard?
anyway,
it was a square box trailer, arms around the world type thing.
we were doing a gig somewhere, and we had to get down to where we unload the gear. We had to back the trailer down like an alleyway.
Oh.
Okay.
And then Stevie was driving it, and she couldn't do it. She kept hitting the thing. And I was like, give me a go. One go, straight down. Came out. It was about that much longer.
Yeah?
Yeah. I felt like a real big man. And I remember unloading the box, and Stevie's dad showed up and said something like, who did the back trailer? And I went, I didn't. My voice broke. It really took all the punch out of it.
Oh no, it shrink back to normal size.
Yeah, I was back down. I was
damn
back
it.
down.
I've never done that.
Never done.
Either of them.
What?
What?
You never backed a trailer?
Yeah.
Weren't you just saying before that you...
No, I said no, and I didn't do
Oh, you
it.
went forward. Oh, you didn't do
Just
it.
didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Your joke was still good though.
Thank you.
Your joke
was very
Thanks
funny.
for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
I know we're done with roasts, but we have some fan submitted roasts.
Oh, all right.
There was a thing, somebody wanted to ask if they could do it, and I was like, yeah, we can open it up. But instead of everybody doing it, it was one person who just sent a roast for all four of us.
Okay.
Which
Are
I
they
am.
good?
They're
Good luck, because if it's not good to me, you're getting fucking roasted. Who did it?
Millsy.
I already know the answer to this.
Um,
It's going to be shit ass. Fucking cop that, Millsy. A man in Birkenstocks just fucking roasted you. That's double roast.
Pantoflas.
Pantofles. And one I've learnt is pantofla.
There you go. That makes sense.
Where's it bloody? Where did he bloody put it?
This is a self-destructing roast.
Where did he play it?
Maybe he thought a second time, looked at them and thought,
No, I do remember. It was.
who's making that? Oh, that was you. Fuck. I thought it was
Ta-da!
Oh wait, maybe
I thought I was having a stroke.
he did. He emailed them to me.
Email.
Contact
Dear
at the
GMat.
GMat.tv.
I hope this email finds you well.
I've been thinking over the past few weeks, reflecting on some of the roasts you did, and I thought I too could contribute some roasts to your product. Feel free to use these in jest.
Please see attached roasts.
You find a
Four
PDF.
separate PDF files.
That's it.
I don't know if y'all are still going to do them, but here are my ones. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stage, Benjay.
Thank you so much.
There isn't a lot to say about Benjay. He's pretty secretive, but occasionally has good stories on the podcast. But out of everything we know about Benjay, I'm jealous that he was on the boat that discovered Australia. You're old. That
There you go.
was a good dialogue.
I'm jealous. All right. They're jealous of... Okay. Nice.
Jealous of your age.
Jealous of the fact that you were on Captain Cook's boat.
Your resistance to scurvy.
And that's a good skill to have.
Is it?
Yeah.
Welcome to the stage, Beck.
Back.
I've heard a lot about Beck's many talents, like her ability to sing and that she's a master of controlling the cameras and audio for the podcast. Still waiting to see those talents.
Well, one of them you hear. So no, I'm sorry, we don't respond to these, do we?
That's pretty good. No, you can't argue with them.
You
This
can.
isn't a
It's got to be funny.
conversation.
You can't just pick apart like autistically go like, well, actually, your sense of her is what.
Damn it. We're on the same wavelength today, Ben.
Welcome to the stage, Aidan.
Thank you for having me.
I've been listening to the podcast for a while now, and Aidan has had many great moments, like fisting a Frenchman and Greek grandparents. But my favorite moment of Aidan's on the podcast is when he was away in Europe.
Got him. Because you wouldn't have been on those ones.
Yeah, we probably wasn't on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Garbett was on them.
He was someone, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Definitely was. I listened to it on the Doha airport and thought, God, they need me back.
Garlic roasted, boom.
Boom, cop that, bang.
Last but not least, sorry, Beck.
No, I wanted to ask about Doha. Do they have those little smoking rooms?
Yeah.
So strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you want me to read your roast? Because why would
Yeah.
you read your own? Last but not least, welcome GMat. I would say GMat has a lot of knowledge about food, but out of all the foods, I reckon he is a connoisseur of cheese. He has had a lot of cheese in his lifetime. From brie to cheddar, even as far as dick cheese. That's pretty impressive. Well done,
Wow.
Millsy.
There they are.
It's not as easy stepping up to the big boy plate, is it? All of a sudden, your jokes don't land.
Poor Millsy.
Thanks for trying.
No,
Millsy.
I think
There's a couple of
I think
things
that
in
was
there.
good.
I think the
Yeah,
one about me was,
I liked your one.
yeah,
I thought.
yeah.
Your
yeah.
one, Beck's one was alright as well.
Bex was good.
Which one was
2 out of
Beck's
4
one?
ain't bad.
Wanting to see look forward to
Yeah.
seeing the.
Look forward to seeing your talents.
Yep, that was
Pretty
your,
good.
I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Millman.
Thanks, Milmo.
Millsy.
I have a question that's got nothing to do with roasts.
Okay.
I went to the toilet at the place that I work. Scratch that last part. I went to the toilet, and all of the toilets
Yep.
were just filled with skid marks,
Nice.
right? And even one of them had skid marks on the seat, like the person was sitting so
Yeah.
far backwards they must have just pooed on the seat or something. I don't know.
Or hovered, maybe.
Or hovered. Ugh. It looked more smeary. So maybe like
Okay.
it's the second poo of the day and they like wiped up but didn't do a good enough job and then sat and there was just like, it was
It's a
horrifying.
real chilled out one.
them.
You know when you see like dudes on Chapel Street and they wind the car seat way back? He's just like reclining.
Exactly.
Designing and
You
reclining.
can
like,
look out
here
the
it
back
comes.
window.
He's probably drinking a Boost juice while he's doing it. Whatever, let it go. you
Right.
know?
So my question is it all right to leave a skid mark in a public toilet? I can imagine I've done it. And here's the reason. Not imagine. I know I've done it. But here's the reason. There's no scrubber So do you feel bad, or do you just close the lid, walk away, and hope no one goes straight in after you?
I don't think because not on the seat. If you're putting it on the seat,
On the seat?
is that what you meant?
No,
No. Because when you said the Hobbit
foul.
thing,
That's foul.
Yeah.
On the seat,
if you're just
foul.
leaving a skid mark in the bowl, I don't care. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to see it. You can't do anything about it. It's a public toilet.
But like, it's a lot to see someone else's shit.
But it's one of those things that can't help. You know what I mean?
Right,
And no
okay.
one's. If there was a line of people waiting, like if you're at a theater or something,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't. I'd be like, this is gonna be bad shit. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna wait till everyone else goes through.
Right.
But that's about it. That's an embarrassment.
It is
thing.
crazy how it's always a skid mark.
I look asleep.
Do you reckon the Queen has ever seen someone else's skid mark?
The Queen.
The Queen.
The Queen's
Remember
probably
Gervais
seen Prince
was telling
Philip.
us a story, but no, they got like their own wings of the house and stuff.
Do they really?
But
She-
she travels.
Well, here's the thing. Gervais tells a story on one of his stand-up specials about how his dad worked on a building site and she was coming to visit for like a ribbon cutting or some bullshit. And they had to build a special toilet that no one was ever allowed to use.
Yeah.
And then she showed up and his dad came home after work and was like, how was it? And she didn't even use it.
Oh, really?
But they had to build it just in case. So she just, everywhere she goes, is just unused toilets. Or you got to imagine if the Queen's coming, you're probably going to give it an extra once over.
For sure.
At the West End or like whatever the big main theater is
Yeah.
in London, isn't there a toilet there just for the Queen that no one else can
at
use?
all the theaters, but she's got her own like an entrance. If she goes to Her Majesty's Theatre or whatever, she's got her own entrance.
I couldn't help myself. If I was her and I went there and we pulled up, be like, hey, going to my theatre.
100%. I did probably the worst shit of my life at Kensington Palace.
Juice Juice
Yeah, I used to have. It was
Take this, Lizzie.
It was. I'd gotten off the plane. It was the first stop. We got off the plane the night before, and we were all starving, so we all got a kebab, and then went straight to sleep, which is a terrible move. And then the next morning, I had a coffee, which I don't do, and then it was like
Take a step back. When you woke up, did you feel like shit?
we were jet lagged, so it was kind of hard to
okay,
tell.
yeah.
Because I'd just flown to the other side of the world.
We were
so
just
I'm like-
talking about this the other day, about eating and then going to bed.
Yeah, no, because this was different because my body had no idea what time it was. To my brain knew it was 10:30, but my body was like, who knows what time this is? It could be 12 in the afternoon. Eat that kebab, and it was just a terrible doner kebab from some fucking shocking little place in London. And then we went out and we were like, well, we're not gonna. I was like, have my coffee, whatever. And then all of a sudden, it hit me while we're at Kensington Palace. Help! And I remember Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were there because that's where they live, as well as they weren't in the bathroom. With
Yeah.
me, but they were at the palace.
They were just walking past her head out, like just this way.
It was not.
Help me!
Oh,
Brought it back.
what that noise is? Like, there's some echoey, porcelainy, bouncy offy sort of.
Yes, I'll find it. So they were.
Can anyone smell kebab?
It was terrible. It was in
My
in
tummy.
It was in the gift shop, and
You should have used the bathroom.
we were in there, and I went in, and it was just a one toilet, and the door was like, it was like door toilet. There was no like separate
no,
bit,
no
and
buffer.
the gift shop was like right there, so I could hear everyone. And multiple people tried to open the door, which was stressful. I know it was locked, but I was still like, I'm in here. And then I flushed. It was like I was in there for like 20 minutes. I flushed, and then I looked down, and I was like, okay. I need to flush 2 or 3 more times for this. Right, it was so bad, and because I flushed, someone like started opening the door. And by the way, don't open the door right after someone flushes. What the hell are you doing? And the guy was like, "Are you almost done? I quite need to. I need to use the bathroom." And I was like, "I'm not sure. I'm not sure."
No matter how bad you need to go, you don't want to use
You
this
don't-
bathroom
Not yet. Please, God,
think
not
you
yet.
do.
And I'm just sort of stressed in this bathroom, and I flush, and then I have to sit there and wait. And I don't really realize how long it takes for a fucking toilet. Is it called a cistern? To refill
The toilet backpack,
the backpack. So I redo it then, and then it definitely needs a third flush, and there are skid marks, but there's no brush. So what do I do, Matthew? I just wrap my hand in toilet paper and sort of knuckles the shit off the side.
Totally understandable.
DJ Aidan.
Because what you go straight to the sink and you wash your hands. No big deal.
That's right. And I didn't get any shit on my hand, but like
I would.
I did. There was
I'd do what you
texture.
did.
Do you know what I mean?
You can feel it pushing it. Like
Yeah, because it was like so terrible that the skid marks could have been a shit in themselves.
I think I've done that at a person's house.
The Queens?
Beck, how dare you?
No, like went to someone's house and I was like, I don't want them to
Yeah,
see
mine.
this, and did the fucking. No, I'd just be like, just blame this on your dad.
By the way, there's a skiddy in the toilet. Wasn't me.
I'd come out and go, skitties, boys.
Speaking of disgusting things happening in shops, I went and got my booster today and I was walking back to the car and outside the Sweet As, there was a woman just clipping her fingernails. And that's what caught my eye. They were just pinging off in front of me. And I'm
clipping,
like, what
not
was
even
that?
scissoring, like clipping.
No, clipping them. I could hear click, 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 click.
I
I'm like,
don't understand anyone that uses the clippers.
Wait, indoors or outdoors?
indoor shopping
Oh,
centre.
yeah.
Do you really?
Is the clippers weird to use the clippers?
Yeah, because they always spring out. What are you doing to minimize the springage?
Well, I just do it.
just
down
catch
here
them.
and, you know.
You can't catch them.
Well, one or two might get away, but
Yeah, there you go. Now you got one or two fingernails around.
that's true.
Is that that guy I told you that did it in at the theater that I was like in the Doncaster Playhouse? We did it, and
Oh yeah.
and he was sitting in the middle of the room just clipping his toenails.
Toes is a whole different
They're
escalation.
both
But like
private
clipping,
activities.
but like even still, if I was clipping my fingernails in the middle of the room while other people could be eating, because that's where we ate and lived and drank for 2 weeks, it was like, why is my soup chewy? Do you know, like all of a
Chicken
sudden-
bone in my tofu.
Ugh.
What is this?
Was he the one that used to just do this with his girlfriend?
No, there's another one. Those two used to sit and eat with their foreheads touching, and they shared a bowl of whatever they had. Toenails. They had a soup, and I was like, "That's a huge bowl of soup." Like it was like a big Tupperware. And the guy was like, "Yeah, we're sharing." And I was like, "Oh, you'll just separate." No, they just sat, had it on both of their laps, and ate.
Soup for two people, one heart.
And like, how do you can't eat, and it's too much. And they just didn't stop doing that.
Why are we doing a podcast with Ray Charles? What's going on over there?
Yeah, what's he doing?
I look really tired, and I just sat and I was like, I didn't want to bring down the mood by sitting here like this. So
You
I was
always
like,
look quite eye shut. Though.
okay, well, we should all do it. It will look bloody cool, all in their
I
glasses.
had mine.
Yeah. Beck?
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't matter. Sorry.
Wow.
I forgot you're not on the camera.
Beck, just chuck your sunnies on there. Perfect.
Oh, Beck.
They look so
amazing sunglasses. Could people see Beck in the reflection of mine?
I doubt
Let's
it.
zoom in. Enhance.
Enhance.
All right. I like this.
I just want to. I should have said this at the top of the podcast, but like I said, I'm half asleep. Beck and I are going to Queensland next week,
Very impressive.
Braggart.
so we're not here to do the podcast. So we're splitting this podcast in half. So it's going to be slightly shorter than usual. But come back next week for the rest of it. It will be separate. We'll do another intro and that sort of thing. But yeah, we're pretty keen to go to Queensland.
And so you should be.
Yep.
So you're going next weekend?
No, we're going during the week. Tuesday to Saturday.
Tuesday to Saturday.
Yeah.
Big time.
Oh, right. So I won't see you before I go to Adelaide.
Avoid those children.
Oh, man.
When are you going to Adelaide?
End of next week.
I'm going to Sydney the week after. That's
Are
crazy.
you?
No way.
And
Friday.
Sienna's going to Queensland Saturday when we come back.
Bunch
So
of
you're
jet
going to the
setters.
thing. So you're going on Saturday. Sienna, I'm going to Adelaide Friday to next. I'm gone.
What's in Adelaide?
Adelaide Fringe.
Oh, of course.
I'm doing the Fringe Festival.
The only thing that's there.
The only thing that's in Adelaide, that and bad water. So I'm going there for like a week, like Friday to the Monday. That was a big thing.
Taking a plane?
Yeah, I was going to drive, but then I don't want to drive by myself, and the other people that are doing the show are going up on the Wednesday, but I have to work on the Thursday, so I'm going to fly Friday morning,
Okay.
I think. And I've got a credit, I found out. I've got a credit with an airline for $400.
That's a big moment. I'll tell you. Yeah.
We should have looked into that because we probably do as well.
Yeah, I had a credit, so I'm just going to use the credit, you know? You know
Just
what I
let 'em
mean?
use it.
Maybe we've all got credits.
That way it's like
Crypto you
technically...
forget about. It's just sitting there and then you
Crypto.
check.
There's a bloke at work that reckons, and everybody, I'm sure this is the same as 55-year-old men or now 60-year-old men that say they saw Cold Chisel before they were big.
Yep.
Because that's, my dad has a story, all his brothers, blah, blah, blah. There's a guy at work that says, I was gifted Bitcoin as a birthday present years ago, and I was given like 100,000 Bitcoin, and now I don't know my password, and there's just billions of dollars sitting there. And I'm like, that's just such bullshit. And he says it like it's gospel and like you've never heard it before. You know how I tell the same story about 900 times, not knowing that you know that I know that you know the story?
Like when you got 100,000 Bitcoin.
Like when I got or like I'm making a pita or something, you know what I mean? They're like, you're like, we fucking get it. You're making a goddamn pita. I get it, right? I know. But he says it like, I got 100,000 Bitcoin, you know? I'm like, yeah, fuck off. I know, but you actually don't have 100,000 Bitcoin and I don't care.
If you had that much money actually sitting there, why the fuck are you talking to me? Why aren't you sitting at home right now trying to figure out your password?
Just like type 1 million passwords.
Do it every single day.
Yeah.
Just take the year off to type in things.
Yes.
I
Fucking
like
idiot.
retail work.
Yeah, no, I just
Minimum wage,
really
fine.
like it.
I don't want to. I think the money you get to my head. You know, I would.
What would I do with it? You know, I just buy whatever I wanted, and then what? I just sit there and not sell DVDs anymore. I can't do that. That's not me.
Yeah, like I just think the commission is worth it, for sure. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I had a near-death experience in Queensland when I was a kid.
Wow.
I was thinking
What?
about today when I don't know. You can decide if this is near-death or just like injury.
Regular.
It's not. Decide.
So I was in the ocean.
Yeah.
In the ocean, and I pop up. I'll give you the short version because who gives a fuck.
It's
I pop up.
Okay.
Remember, we're doing 2 today. We can afford a long version.
and
I'll give you the short version.
and what I saw was a surfboard coming at me. The nose of a surfboard, guy up there. So I pop out of the water right as that, and I just leant backwards, and I felt the surfboard on my nose go over the top of me.
A Matrix.
Yeah, it was real. It was a real fucking. And I
Kelly
was like,
Slater's Matrix.
I was like, Jesus,
He could have killed you. How fast was he going?
pretty fast. It's
100
going
k's an hour.
Like.
sort of
vroom.
like wave speed. Like
So when it went over your face, was it like face or was it face?
What happened with the fins?
Yeah, there are 3 fins. They should have torn you apart.
I don't know. Didn't get.
So the story unravels.
It was a boogie
It was
board.
a boogie board.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you were boogie boarded.
No, I didn't. I
If
didn't.
anything, you would have killed him if it was a boogie board.
Get hit by fins. I don't know. Maybe it got me a little bit and then went off or something.
Maybe
like
that's
that.
what you felt. Fins.
Yeah,
and it
I did
wasn't
have
the
these
board.
huge gashes in my chin. No, I didn't get hit by fins. But yeah, it
Maybe
was
the
scary.
surfboard was upside down.
Surfboard.
What the fuck's going on?
I'm not sure. There's an energy in this room.
It's a big day for everybody.
It's warm.
Smooth
mate.
I
transition.
think we should play a game.
Go on.
Dun, dun,
Flawless.
dun, dun. I'm sorry. Am I running this?
Yeah,
Oh.
you're the person.
Oh, okay. I haven't prepared it.
Wait a minute. Was this pre-planned?
No,
Not really.
Are you sure? Because it's
Do
definitely
you
going
want
to cost like it
to?
wasn't.
Do you want to introduce it?
Well, so we've only got like 5 minutes left of this podcast before we move on to something else.
I thought we'd already transitioned.
Cliffhanger.
No. We'll do a whole nother intro, but
Oh.
Why don't we just have this podcast go for a little longer?
a little longer and do the next one short.
Yeah.
I like it. Have you got an intro ready?
Yeah.
Let's do a 2-parter. Thrilling conclusion. What if we explain the rules and then on the next one,
Well-
we do the game?
Stay tuned.
Because I've got
Will Woody make
There's
it to his
stuff-
friends on time? You don't have to.
All right. No, here's what
what
I'll do. I'll end it with a question for Aiden.
The second one will be better, I'm sure. of it.
I'll end this with a question for Aiden.
Okay.
Here we go.
Could you kill a full-grown cow?
A
Bare
cow?
hands.
Could I kill a cow?
Full-grown cow. You're in a field. You can be in the field for as long as you want.
Oh,
Can I
home
fight
turf for the
dirty?
cow.
You fight as dirty as you want.
Yeah. Pull its udders off.
Pull its udders off.
That's where you go?
Why not?
Now hold
Can't
on.
kick forward, can it?
Oh, big time. They're
kick
huge forward
forward?
kickers.
No, they're good back kickers.
Yeah.
But if
don't
I
think
got
their knees go that way.
underneath them, oh, it could sit on me. I've got a
just-
solution. Get on its back, choke the fucker out.
It's a
The answer is yes.
got
because its
thick
neck is
necks.
like
Nah,
that.
the answer is yes. The answer is definitely yes.
But I want to because I had an idea.
How do I kill a full-grown cow? Okay.
All right, you're in the field.
Okay. And I've got like as long as I can possibly have.
You can sit in there for a week.
Great. I'll befriend the cow. Right? Befriend it. Easy as that.
Make a pitter. Poison the pitter.
No, don't be
it's
absurd.
bare hands.
It's
He doesn't
bare
have a
hands.
kitchen out there. He can't
Bare
leave
hands.
the field.
Can I use my surroundings? Can I milk the cow?
You can milk the cow.
All right,
If
I'll
it'll
milk the
let
cow.
you.
Yeah,
hold on.
No, I'll milk the cow.
It can't go. I'll befriend the cow. I'll milk the cow. There's
well,
a few
I've
steps.
befriended the cow, so of course the cow's going to let me
How do you
milk it.
befriend the cow?
I'm there all the time. I'm pointing out the best grass. You know what I mean? Like, here it is. Would you like, look, your jaw looks tired. Do you want me to chew your cud? I chew the cud. I give the cud back. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of options. Then I milk the cow with the cow's consent. I milk the cow. And I milk the cow consistently for maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Okay? And I imagine I have a bucket, but I'm not
How
going to
are you-
strike the
Hold
bucket.
on,
I'm not going
hold
to
on,
strike the
because
cow
we're
with a
missing a thing here.
bucket. What?
So you go in with nothing. So you could stay for a week, but you haven't eaten for a week.
Oh, I drink milk.
Oh, like,
What do you mean? People
Okay.
live off milk.
so 3 to 4 weeks of just milk in the sun.
That's right. I'm shit. Well, I mean, okay, yeah. This is easy. Anyway, I've filled its trough with milk, and I've led it to the trough because it trusts me inherently. And then I force it to drink all the milk, and it dies because they are lactose intolerant.
So it has one sniff of the milk and goes, nah.
No. I go, no. Daisy, it's me. Trust me. Daisy's like, moo. Drink.
All
And
right.
then, actually, I've got an even better idea. I get the milk. I have it in the trough. I assume something terrible goes to happen to milk if you just leave it in the sun. Is
I've
that
heard
correct?
that one. That's one, yeah.
I will leave it in the sun. I will let it calcify. Then I will fashion a knife and murder the cow from its own calcium milk.
There is,
So-
I feel like a lot of opportunities between rip its udders off and befriend it for 4 weeks.
Well,
milk it,
I never said 4 weeks.
until it
I said a week.
calcifies.
Matt said 4 weeks in the sun.
You said 3 to 4 weeks.
You'd milk it.
Did I?
Yeah, you said-
Okay, well, I meant 3 to 4 days. I'm working a business week.
Okay.
A public
this is a
holiday
Monday
business
to
week.
Friday
This is a
murder.
Monday to
So you
Friday.
couldn't kill a cow.
Yes.
Okay.
My other
Give me the
option-
real answer. I want the nitty gritty.
The real answer?
Yeah.
I just go for its throat.
But how do you go through its throat? Because remember,
Like-
it's hide.
Yeah, but it's not going to fucking...
No, but like you can't put your hands through a throat hide.
If I punch it in the throat enough, that motherfucker's going to die.
This is the thing again. What do you think the cow's doing the whole time? Just standing there
The
getting punched
cow's
to
going to
death?
be like, moo.
Yeah,
but
cows
remember,
kill
this
people.
this is 4 days into our friendship.
and
just
you're just as strong on day 4 as you are on day.
100%. I've been
Aidan,
sleeping
oh.
with the cow. I've had good warmth. I'm 100% friends with this cow.
And you reckon at the end of 4 days...
Can
you
I have
would-
my Pantofflis?
Yeah, you can have
Yeah, whatever he wants.
Great. This
You
is murder by
reckon-
Birkenstock.
You reckon at the end of 4 days, you'd be able to, this cow that you've befriended and spent time with, you would be able to kill it?
Yeah. No. Okay, so I don't befriend the cow, but I spend a day picking grass. Okay? Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Then I fashion it into a ball. Probably
Grass
just by
ball.
like
What
doing
size?
that a lot.
Basketball, golf ball, cricket ball?
A large, like a grapefruit.
Okay.
And then I say to the cow, look what I've got. And it attempts to eat it, chokes and dies.
You going to stop the cow from chewing?
It could work.
No, because I'll be like, open up. You know what I mean? It's like when a dog tries to bite you, if you put your hand so far back into its mouth, it doesn't know what to do because they can't, their jaw's strong, but it's not strong enough to, if your mouth's like at its thing, they'll be trying to bite you and the teeth would definitely be going in, but it can't like, because they're like, what are you doing to me? So I just do that to the cow
Yeah.
with one arm. Grapefruit grass ball. You know?
But I think if your arm's in there, its teeth are still going to be around the width of your arm.
Yeah, oh yeah, the teeth are biting me. I'll probably get a broken arm, but it's dead.
No, but I mean, like, it's not going to stop the jaw unless you're going in like if you put your arm in there, it's not like,
No, it's that way.
oh, okay, I get you.
The arm's in front of my jawbone.
So then where do you put the,
So then, this is the genius bit. My arm's
This
here,
is the
right?
genius bit.
And the ball's here, and I go. You guys think cows are more malicious than they are,
no, I just think they're just
Defensive.
like tanks.
or do I get on its back and sort of do this a lot and break its back?
I don't think you would.
You don't think I could break a cow's back?
No, I think they're dense enough to, or they're
Thank
just,
you.
they're
That's very
just,
kind of you.
they're just buck.
What if I get on its back and rip its tail off, and with its tail,
Again, with the ripping the udders and ripping the tail off, I don't think you could just rip a cow
do you not think you could cause serious damage by pulling on an udder?
on an udder.
Yeah, on the udder. Boom.
I don't think it'd come off.
They're very stretchy.
You think? But like, what about the
know.
connect? What about like the actual dingly bit? But what about the bit that's connected to the skin? All
all
of a
skin.
sudden,
What do you mean?
that's all brittle.
And that's a fact.
Cows have brittle udders, especially after they've befriended a Greek person.
How are you getting the tail off?
Pulling? but from its back. So I'll be
They're not
pulling
made of
up.
straw.
Yeah, but I'll be pulling up and sort of backwards. Kind of like when you have that thing on your fingernail and you're like, oh, that hurts. And then it just keeps coming. I would imagine I would skin the cow
The
all
tail
the way
is the
across.
cuticle of the cow. Everyone
Yes,
says
it's
that.
the cow cuticle.
Didn't like
And I'll
that.
take the skin all the way off the spine of the cow. And then I would imagine that all the skin would fall off because that's the
Like a
zipper of the
banana.
cow. Yes. That's how I'd kill a cow.
Here's what I would do.
Here we go.
Are we allowed to pick yours apart?
You won't be able to.
Oh, yeah?
Flawless.
Ow. I run at the cow. I'm talking a dead sprint
Okay.
towards the side of the cow.
Sure.
And then I leap into the air like a beast
Wow.
and do a full side drop kick into the side of the cow's knee. Knees dislocate super easy. It happens in sports all the time for less than that. Put all my body weight into kicking
But
out the
this is a
side of the
cow
cow.
knee.
Yeah, but it's still a knee socket. It's still a joint. You know what I mean?
But it's not a human knee socket.
Yeah, but I mean, a human knee needs less than a big drop kick into the side of the knee. And by the way, straight knees, stood up like that, kick in. I think I could pop I think you could. Again, this is all thought,
This is all.
but I think you could knock a cow's
plan as
knee out
well.
that way.
Ben's plan as well is it's got 3 other legs.
Yeah, but like, let's say that's step one. Does that work?
Maybe,
I don't know, man. It's
but
got
I don't
a
think
couple of
it's.
100 kilos on
Yeah.
top of that leg.
You don't. You think that's it? I don't think you can. I don't think you can dislocate the cow's knee. I think I can pull its tail off and rip its udders off without problem.
Also, I
but
think
I don't think you can dislocate
once you
the
do
cow's
your
knee.
fly kick, even if it does, you're then lying on the ground in front of the cow that you've just dislocated its
cow's
knee.
mad
I
at
sort
you.
of hoped that like
We'd all say yes, of course.
that it would just go like and do something and I could get away.
You kind of want it to be a scared cow.
In this imagination that I've got, I'm kind of hoping that the cow doesn't land on me. Because if the cow lands on me, it's game over.
I don't even think the cow's going down.
The dislocated one leg?
Not even a chance.
Just do the one leg.
I think it goes like this. Just lifts its leg. Yeah. Like, ow, you fucking little, come here.
All right. Run around the other side.
And then but now
Part
you're
two.
like this. Oh shit, a dead sprint and a jump and a thing. You puffed.
But I've got 4 days to get back to full strength, apparently.
Well, you said you could have any time you like. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll go away. I'll, just find a tree, stand under it, get some shade, and go back in and try for part two.
You can't anger it on day one. Not if you're spending 4 days.
So I'm playing a physical game. You're playing mind games with the cow.
I could definitely beat a cow at cards, so I could kill it. What about if it's that same thing, except you drop kick it in the ribs?
I just don't think that'd do anything.
You don't think you could break a cow's ribs?
I could break its ribs, but I think the reason I want to break its legs is so it gets on the ground.
But if you break the rib, it could puncture the lung or the heart.
I suppose so.
And if you do it enough times in the same spot, you're just punching organ.
Ben, thoughts?
Could you kill a cow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I
I've eaten
probably
so many of them.
Because horses, they have shoes. Like you get your horse has shoes on.
Yes.
Cows don't have shoes. Barefoot.
Barefoot.
So I would shoot the glass.
What glass?
Then the cow can't really run away anywhere.
Wait, what
So I
glass?
shoot the glass. There's glass all over the ground because I've seen that the cow doesn't have shoes on.
Where did the glass
it's
come
gonna
from?
have to run into the bathroom, be picking glass out of its
Wait a
feet,
second.
and then I'll have my detonators back. And I'll set the explosives on the roof. And now the FBI, they've cut the power to the building. So the vault's going to open. We get the bonds. And I say that I want helicopters, but really I've wired the roof of Nakatomi Plaza to blow up. So I send the hostages up there. The FBI is coming to get them, thinking that they're getting me as well, but they're not actually getting me. And I set the explosives. Then I go downstairs and get into a fake ambulance because there's going to be a lot of ambulances there. Me and my boys drive off. We'll be on a beach somewhere, earning 20%.
Is the cow's name Hans Moor?
Muhard.
Moohard. Or fuck, Moo McLean. I couldn't think of anything. Damn it.
John McClane.
John McClane was right there. And I said Moo McLean. Ah, this is a fucking joke.
Beck, can you give Aidan a full cam? I'm just gonna so no one sees my mouth when I give you this outro. This is just a joke for you for you to react to that I'm gonna bleep. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
He was
Jesus fucking Christ. Wow. What? That's a terrible joke. That's horrid. I could kill a cow.
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.